by any means necessary. To our last breath, to the last play, we hunt. When we bleed, it's orange and green. War ready is the phrase often used. Around these parks, it's game time. No need to turn back the hands of time. We back like we never left. One thing that'll never change is the brand, the you.
Yo, Canes fans, I'm back. I'm your host, Wise, and we're here to get into this Virginia Tech versus Miami recap. Miami traveled to Blacksburg this past weekend, played Virginia Tech. This will be a little different, right? It's going to be a shorter recap, just my thoughts on what I saw, and then we'll briefly kind of discuss some of the comments and things that happened with the CFP rankings and everything like that. Kind of wanted to wait to do this to just see how I felt about the game, and then to wait until the CFP came out, man, because we did some things in order to to make it look a certain way at the end of the game. So just getting into the game overall, man. Obviously, Miami won 34-17. In my opinion, the game really wasn't close like that. It annoys me that ESPN put Miami survives a scare and all of that garbage. Like that's what they running with. They running with that because they trying to sell the fact that that they feel like Notre Dame is a better team than Miami right now. And we'll get into that later. But overall, man, come out, we get the touchdown to Elijah Lofton. We go up, touchdown to Fletcher. We end up being up 20-3. Right? We're up 20-3, and you have the bullshit face mask call on fourth down. Weird series where they had like 3 or 4 chances on fourth down to get the first. You had one where it was a timeout, one where it was a stoppage, something else, and then when they finally call it, we get them down and they call a phantom face mask call on fourth down, bail them guys out, and then on the next play, if I'm not mistaken, they break for a touchdown run. Absolute garbage. The officiating in this game was fucking horrible. I mean, it was really bad, and I'm hoping that the Pitt game, we don't get some of the same bullshit ACC referees that we had. And to make matters even worse, man, like earlier in the year, you had them allowing people to listen in at the command center. You could hear everything and see it all. I haven't been seeing that in the ACC games as of late. I think it's been clear that some of the calls they've made have been really bad. So it looks like they've kind of shied away from doing that whole command center. You see every view, you hear everything we say. Like there's some insight, but it's not the same kind of insight overall. But it is what it is, man. Miami won 34-17. They were always in super control of the game. I know VTech scored the other touchdown or whatever. Miami ends up going for it on 4th and 2 to score late for some style points with the committee. But outside of that, man, Carson Beck was on a heater. I think he threw one ball that was kind of in that he put in harm's way. Other than that, 27-32, 320 yards, 4 TDs, no picks. The man has been on an absolute tear over the last 3 weeks. An absolute tear, bro. Overall, they shut our run game down without question. Pringle had a solid day, but outside of Pringle, the run game really didn't do much at all. Malachi obviously had a big day, 146 yards, one touchdown. He is 91 yards away from breaking the freshman receiving record. Go ahead and put his total yards up, Twan, with the 844 on the year. Um, and then he's close enough to get 1,000, and he might get 1,000 during the regular season. A lot can be had against Pitt. So if he ended up going for $150 against Pitt, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Keelan Marion had another good game, man. He's been heating up these last 3 or 4 weeks, playing great ball. Elijah Lofton caught him a touchdown. Obviously, Fletch had the touchdown. Upshaw had a good catch. Trader had one, and Joshua Moore. I think that it's gonna be key that we continue to just play well, man. We sacked them boys 5 times, and I expect to see a lot more sacks and everything this week as well. Overall, defensively, it was really misleading, right? They did have 395 yards, but a lot of that was picked up in straight garbage time and just aided by, by BS and stuff like that. But overall, man, I personally thought that Miami played the game that they needed to play until the little officials thing got all funny, right? And I know people don't like talking about officials, but when I tell you some of those calls were horrible, they were horrible, man. And it's so easy to see how you could be up 23 and then a series like that happens, and now it's 20-10 with the aid of the officials. And then after you get off that, and then you kind of slow down a little bit overall. But um Dawson, I thought he called a great game. I think I only had maybe a question about one or two of the calls that he made overall. Um, you know, a lot was done. A lot was done, man. I think that one of the problems that I did see is the fact that they were killing us in the run game. Like, oh man, them runs that they had going to the outside where they were stretching us and stuff like that, to me, it was crazy, right? They almost had 200 yards on us. And if we didn't sack drones in them as much as we sacked them, they would have, they would have had it, right? They had 194 rushing yards. They was averaging 5 yards a carry as a team, but Hawkins averaged 9 a carry. Overton averaged 9.9 a carry and had a touchdown. They running backs was fucking lighting us up. Point blank, period. They really was killing us. And, we're fortunate that it didn't turn into more points, because we're getting 10 yards a pop. That's a problem. Now, where I do know that the defense performed well was in the pass game. Yeah, they finished with 200 overall, but drones only had 124, right? And then when the other guy came in, it's towards the end, you getting, garbage time stuff here and there. But for drones to have 124 passing yards, man, we held everything in check pass game wise. We did get hit down the field. I believe twice. One time, I think Damari got beat. That might have been his first time getting beat downfield all year. It's a great play by Aiden Green. I'm not hating on it. Overall, man, I think there's definitely things for us to build on, and we just got to continue to focus on tightening up some things, man. This is the last week. And overall, what I saw, man, I saw a team that came out super focused, and I think that the team allowed the impact of the officials to maybe, get to us a little too much. So I would like to see us stay a little more clean and focused on the road. Don't have the 88 yards, 88 penalty yards, man, and just play good football. If you do that and our coordinators continue to put these kids in the right positions, then I think we'll be good. I know Heatherman spoke on the fact that VT was doing some things that they hadn't done before. So, we just need to be ready for everything, man. It's all hands on deck this upcoming week against Pitt. I think CJ may have played a couple of snaps briefly, but he comes back this week. And we should have all hands on deck, man. I hope that everybody is locked in. Last year, when we went up to Syracuse with everything on the line, we folded. And we went from 6 to 11 in the CFP rankings, and we got left out. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to handle business for Saturday against Pitt. As far as that, man, the Pitt preview will be dropping on Thanksgiving. I think I'm gonna drop it on Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Pitt preview will drop Thanksgiving Day. We'll drop it early enough to where you can go ahead and check it out. There will be, a full breakdown. We're back to this game matters. It's a good opponent, unlike some of the previous opponents we've had. And it's not a guarantee that Miami wins. So the film breakdowns will be back for Pitt. I know a lot of people have been asking, to, do the film review, even though we were better than the other teams. I felt like this time it was appropriate. So we got the film breakdown coming for Pitt. And, we'll also get into the overall CFP discussion. I will say, Miami being ranked at 12, there's certain things that need to happen this weekend. And just to keep it short and brief, so Alabama losing to Auburn definitely could shake stuff up this weekend for sure, right? That is a possibility. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. We know the implications of that. That is a monster game because it'll also shake stuff up in the SEC overall as well. But Ole Miss playing Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl on Friday. That's a big game. Georgia and Georgia Tech is a big game. Georgia Tech is still ranked. And I expect them to play really well against Georgia. Texas and Texas A&M. This won't knock anybody out. Like, it won't knock A&M out. But it could cause a multiple-way tie for the SEC championship. And then somebody could be sitting idle. Michigan and Ohio State is big for seeding purposes, and they trying to figure out a way to squeeze Michigan in there if they happen to beat number 1 Ohio State. Texas Tech and West Virginia, another one. If BYU doesn't convincingly beat UCF, I'll say this. If Miami beats Pitt, we're jumping BYU this week for sure. And I expect BYU to lose to Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game. So that should take care of that. The other ones I want to get into real quick that I think are uber important, obviously, is SMU versus Cal, right? If Miami wins and SMU loses, and you got 3-way ties, right? So if Virginia lose, SMU lose, and it'll get super crazy, right? Because Virginia got Virginia Tech, right? Another rivalry game. But we're going to focus in on these last two. LSU is quietly 7-4, guys. They're 7-4, and they are absolutely going to go in here and try to beat Oklahoma. Keep your eye out for that game. It's 3:30 on ABC, but the one I'm really circling, and Vegas got it tight anyway, is Oregon versus Washington. Oregon could lose this game versus Washington. I think it is going to be a game that ends up being back and forth, and Washington's quarterback is extremely talented. Williams Jr. is being looked at by a lot of folks. 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's completing 72% of his passes. He's thrown for 2,700 yards. And I think that game is going to be really interesting, man. Extremely interesting. He's rushed for 568 yards on the year with 6 touchdowns. The guy's extremely dynamic, and that is definitely going to be one to watch. I'm going to have my eyes on that heavily. So, Miami, I need you to just take care of business versus Pitt at noon. If Ole Miss loses the Egg Bowl, we all need to celebrate as long as Miami win, because they definitely will fall out of the top 12 or the top 11. They don't even need to be top 2. They will definitely fall out if they lose the Egg Bowl. So with that being said, I hope everybody tunes in to college football this Friday and Saturday. Stay locked in. Happy holidays to everybody and their families. I hope you're able to be around friends and family and embrace, these wonderful moments that we have with each other. Till next time, signing off.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
They
Here
finna
we
do
go.
crazy. They showing the crowd. They like, ooh, they scared, boy. God, come
on. Let's get it.
All right, we live, fellas.
Let's get it. Yeah, I might need to click that other link, man. This one behind.
Yeah, that one a little slow.
I'm gonna chill. I ain't gonna say nothing else. It's a few seconds ahead.
Let me refresh this.
You can try to stream East one, but I know it was freezing last time.
Damn, Stream East still work?
Yeah, they brought it right back up. It's I Stream East now. They just changed a few letters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I've been missing that.
Yeah, now the FBI took that other site down. And it's crazy because it's like, I don't know why they do that, because, like, come on, bro, be for real. You know they finna make another one. And then when they do it, y'all just gonna let them vibe out.
Yeah, it was down for like 3 days and right back up. All right, where y'all got us at? What number y'all got us at? I'm now y'all go first. Shit.
Yeah, this like maybe 30 seconds behind from where mine at. That ain't too bad. Now it might be a minute. Okay.
Oh yeah, hold up, Wise. We ain't got audio on your screen though.
Right week is here. The stakes are high. The pressure mounts. We'll show you the rankings, and we'll see them when you do. College football playoff.
Hey, and Sinatra said let him in.
Dusty Dvorak with us tonight. What are you expecting?
Well, the committee's been waiting on Oregon to play someone and get a win of significance. They finally got one against USC. How high can they go? Do they jump Ole Miss? Let's see what they do with the Ducks tonight.
More losses in from the 20 to 25. Tulane was the only group of 5 that was ranked last week. And once again, 21, 22, 23 loss. Let's just see if there's more group of 5 teams that move into these rankings. Just let's make it interesting.
I'm curious about Utah and Miami. Can Miami jump Utah? 17-point win on the road at Blacksburg. You look at what Utah did. They had to survive down 12 against Kansas State. They gave up almost 500 yards rushing. This committee likes Utah a lot, but will Miami inch one step closer to that big debate with Notre Dame?
And if they do start looking at the head-to-head more closely, it's not as if they're ignoring it. Just if they're in that same group of 6
same group would be 9 through 12, man.
That will carry some more weight. A quick reminder, 12 teams. You have the 5 highest ranked conference champions, no matter which conferences they are from, and then 7 at-large bids coming from the next 7 highest ranked teams. 4 highest ranked teams get the first round bye. 5 through 8 get a home game. in the first round, and you do not have to be a conference champion to be among the 4 highest seeded teams. So with that, let's take a look at these rankings. Top 25 rankings presented by Capital One. Arizona, after its win 8-3, what a great job Brett Brennan's done. Tulane's in there, Georgia Tech, Pitt, and SMU jumps into the ranking.
Pitt being 22 is great for us. The SMU being 21 is good.
Yeah, we gotta win next week, man.
I think if you're Johnson on your team, you got to feel really good about where you are right now.
John Summerall, of course, the subject of a lot of conjecture and speculation about where his job might be. Another, Rhett Lashley's team played the ACC championship game a year ago. Pittsburgh's still alive. SMU, if they win, they'll get back to that ACC championship game. Got a game on.
They only left Tech in there because if they beat Georgia, because ain't no way they should be in the top 25 still, bro. They got whopped.
Arizona State goes up 5 spots out of the Big 12. That could help people's resume, and you see USC slipping a little bit.
I was interested to see what was happening with USC taking their 3rd loss of the season, going on the road to play Oregon. They had a chance. We talked about their ability to get back in the race and into the playoff. Well, they had a chance at Oregon, lost that game. This week they play UCLA. I don't know that will help them. This might be their ceiling, but USC has played some really good football. They had a win against Michigan. They got to win against Iowa. We just don't see any way for them to get higher than 17.
And I want you to keep an eye there on Virginia at 18, because Virginia can win its way into the ACC championship game. They've got Virginia Tech coming up. Let's continue on the rankings at number 15. The Michigan Wolverines. Now, the question becomes is if Michigan could upset Ohio State, regardless of whether it makes it into the Big Ten championship game, could they get close to an at-large?
This intrigues me. They just jumped
That's
Texas.
crazy.
They went up 3 spots
they
with
even did
past
that.
Texas. Bryce Underwood coming off a really good game. He had 2 touchdowns.
They try and
They
put
were
these
12
sorry
or
ass
14 on
niggas in there,
3rd down, go on the road, get an impressive victory. And the whole thing with this, Reese, at 15, are they in position, if they beat the Buckeyes, even without the Big Ten title game, getting in this playoff race?
What you doing all that about?
That is one of the questions. I mean, we're going to see potentially a glut of 2-loss games.
Yes.
He's going to have its hands full if that happens.
Ooh.
Why they play the rivalry games. 14. Vanderbilt still hanging
That
around
Vandy Tennessee game
Going
super
to
important, bro.
Vanderbilt
Like
looked really good against
super
Kentucky,
important.
with Pavio account for 5 touchdowns in that game.
They
And I
got
would
Tennessee
say
at number 20
watching
right
Vandy
now.
in that game, that was their most explosive game. We saw Vandy
Yeah.
didn't look great against Texas. I would say that was their best game was against Kentucky. Then go on the road and get a big win at Tennessee, they'll be in the conversation.
right there on the edge. Number 13. Ooh, there's the answer for Dusty. Dusty was asking about Utah and Miami. Utah, after giving up all of those yards on the ground,
fellas.
they slip a spot at number 12.
Okay.
I ain't gonna even cap, bro.
There's the U. So
I ain't
Miami's
gonna cap.
now,
BYU should not be ranked ahead of us right
They
now.
shouldn't. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. But that's okay. We gonna jump their ass next week.
Correct. Because we play a ranked team, and I don't think they do.
To do to Pitt what Notre Dame did to Pitt, which is beat them resoundingly. Let everyone know who the better team is, because if we get to a point, and I hope we don't, but if we get to a point where we're comparing Notre Dame and Miami or in this close to 2 teams,
Nigga, you hear him? I hope we don't get to a point where we.
The other one,
Why not?
And Notre Dame at Stanford this weekend. And this, after taking down the sturdy Golden Bears, it might be that the Cardinal thinks the season is complete. So we'll see. So Miami is inching its way back into contention. Number 11. There's BYU, and BYU is a potential major fly in the ointment. They should get plenty of consideration as an at-large team.
Man, they shouldn't get no consideration as no at-large team, bro. Cut
I
it out.
guess it's got to be that record too. It's just 1 loss versus 2, but like realistically, we'll kill them niggas.
Hey, Texas Tech gonna beat BYU.
They gonna beat them again, and BYU gonna be up out of there. Now the problem gonna come in if
All we have
BYU
to do is win.
Hey.
We get number 11.
if they beat Texas Tech, they probably gonna leave both of them in though.
Yeah, that's if they beat them, but Texas Tech.
Yeah, they not gonna beat them.
The last team in the field at the
They
moment
better not
is
lose
Alabama.
BYU.
Alabama's on the right side of the bubble. They finish up at Auburn in primetime Saturday night. Number 9.
Okay.
There is Notre Dame. So now Notre Dame.
Hey, BYU got UCF this week,
Notre
so
Dame, resume Alabama right now.
we got a ranked team.
And this committee has told us from the beginning, this is an eye test committee.
And the crazy thing is, UCF finna beat BYU. Watch.
That'd be crazy.
Watch.
Please. Would love to see it.
21-0.
But we about to play a ranked team, bro. So if we beat them, I definitely think we go up a spot over BYU.
Definitely. We definitely do.
It's other 2-loss teams above them already. It ain't like
And SMU ranked now, remember.
Miami beat Syracuse 38-10.
So that loss to SMU was to a ranked team.
Yeah. Nobody looked better than them last Saturday.
There's few teams that look better than them in the country.
They look pretty darn good.
I agree, but let's also concede that nobody's looked worse than Syracuse.
No doubt about it.
I mean, they don't have a quarterback right now. You know? Number 8, there's the Oklahoma Sooners.
I think it's Oklahoma. You have LSU coming to your place in Norman with an opportunity to go 10-2. You can't get in the SEC title game, and then if you beat LSU, I think this pretty much secures a spot in the playoff. It's not 100%.
What was it? What were they saying about us? About our positioning at 12?
And get the offense moving in the right direction. They can't run the football.
They really ain't said nothing. Like we
It looked like
just
we
had to
moved
jump.
up a spot.
Yeah, we had to jump Utah. Yeah.
Who we jumped?
Utah.
Oh wow! So that did help. Wise, you was right.
Yeah. BYU still ahead of us though.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. We play a ranked team this week, so if we win, we go.
Why did Ole Miss drop? From what I saw, oh wait, they ranked Pitt in the CFP.
Yeah, Pitt number 22, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you know the AP ain't ranked them boys.
Yeah, Pitt 22 and SMU. No.
Why did Oh, this would be who we got to play at 5, right? Wouldn't we have to play the number 5 spot?
No, we're not gonna play 5 because we're gonna get to 10. Bart, to get in, we gotta get to 10. So if we get in, we gotta play 9. But there's no today.
Damn, we gonna play them boys. But who would be home team then?
They be home if they ranked ahead of us.
We'll go to South Bend.
Man, that's fuck. That's green, bro. I thought we would play Texas Tech. I thought 5 would play 12.
Don't 5 play 12, 6 play 11.
I thought 5 play 12, yeah.
But we won't be 12, Bart. We gotta be 10 to get in.
Yeah, but
we
you
gotta
saying
be 10 to get in?
Yes,
most likely.
You can't be 11 to 12 and get in, bro.
You could be 11. It just depends.
So who y'all got? Who y'all got going to the Big 12 championship then?
It's a toss up.
Ain't Texas Tech BYU gonna play BYU probably.
The current rankings now. It's so delicious to think about that.
Really, this the same.
Cristobal against Oregon.
I told y'all.
Miami's gonna have to get in at large bid. One would.
Let's go to Eugene. It's gonna be colder than a motherfucker, boy.
By the bracket, bro. By next week we have to be 10, bro. So that's gonna change. That's only for this week, bro.
So we'd have to. So then, if we move to 10 and it stay and Ole Miss stay there, we gotta play Ole Miss.
No, we play 9.
If Ole Miss stayed there, yeah. But honestly, that's why I was telling you 9 ain't playing 10. That if that happened, if we went to 10, I could see them moving Notre Dame up and literally setting that game up to do 7 versus 10, making us go on the road.
When you get to the 2-loss,
The South
We're
Bend.
gonna go on the road. We're gonna go on the road regardless.
Have a good night. Good night.
To get to the SEC championship game. But how do you break those teams down? Like when you look at 8, 9,
Texas
10,
Tech and BYU are going to
I don't envy them in the position
the Big 12 championship game.
Hold on. What they highest ranked 9 and 2 teams?
Michigan intrigues me. They went up. They jumped Texas this week. They moved up 3 spots. And to me, that puts them in striking distance. If they were to
I'm surprised they ain't put
Oklahoma 9 and 2. They
conversation
number 8.
If you're Utah, you really need help in front of you, right? I mean, that's just kind of the reality of it.
So it's Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, DNS.
I don't know.
Tulane.
We're heading to a scenario that is next to impossible.
Bro, the SEC bias is crazy.
Not to be able to make everybody happy.
Hey man, we just need to join the SEC, man.
That's not really.
about Michigan beating Ohio State. That's not a concern. Hey, listen, Miami moving up though. That's in the past.
Going.
To see Miami move up a spot, they played Virginia Tech. Now they won the game. They added it.
All right, not happy Thanksgiving.
It was meaningless, so it's called a 10-point win.
Hating ass.
Joey Galloway always hating, bro.
Setting up the conversation everybody's been wanting to have. Can they get close enough to Notre Dame to get them in the same grouping when we're comparing these?
We in the same grouping right now. Shit, 9 through 12.
So,
or 10, 11, 12. We finna move up
you
one.
look at that. What are you hearing from inside the committee room about this evaluation as Miami gets closer and closer to Notre Dame in the rankings?
All right, let's hear this shit.
They are in the same conversation now when you look at it at the ranking as BYU, Alabama, Miami, and Notre Dame. They're all together there. But I want to caution everybody that there's not a particular spot in the ranking that Miami needs to get to all of a sudden have this head-to-head magically change the opinions that Notre Dame is worse than Miami. That's really important to do. When you look at these comparisons and you look at the resumes, Notre Dame wins in strength of record. And overall, when you look at Miami, they don't compare to Notre Dame in terms of overall efficiency. Notre Dame is number 5 in the country in overall efficiency.
Against who?
Best player is at Pitt. Be for real,
better
bro.
than Miami, period. So when you look at this bracket,
This
Miami
big.
right here, that's going to be the ACC champion. They're going to need help. That could be Virginia, but things above them could absolutely happen to open the door. The
Correct.
point
All
is,
them teams play.
that head-to-head might not be enough.
Booger got it right, man.
to get to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
The
it's
head-to-head
really a
might not be
fascinating thing.
enough.
Booger and I were having-
So what the fuck did we play that game for?
A spirited debate.
Spirited debate.
Hey, why not?
Hold on.
They have to. I told you they don't.
I just go back and turn the tape on when I saw these two teams play. That's the metric that I need. If these two teams finish 10-2, and we're sitting up there comparing, we're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
I don't need to. I just go back and watch the
If the
tape.
season ended in the first 2 weeks,
I don't think
Miami's
it's
a
the
better
same Notre
football
Dame team now
not even
than it
close.
was in week number
And I think
one.
Not even
that's
close.
part of
It's
it.
a different team.
different
It's a
team.
better team.
Your
The
position
first 2 weeks.
number one.
Yes.
Is it?
Most reasonable people would be here.
Is it really?
Well,
I think both sides have a debate to be made.
I would say
Man, Joey Galloway hate us so much, bro. I don't understand why he even be commenting on us, bro. Shut up.
everybody was.
We wouldn't even have this conversation. In week 1, they were a better team, and that's the only time.
This is a resume, guys, not a beauty patch. I keep reminding y'all.
Nigga, Florida State was a better team than Alabama in week 1. So where they at? Why they not in the bracket?
Man, listen.
Is enough, but
That's clear.
Exactly. Why Alabama in front of us?
Like, come on now. Like,
We smacked Florida State. Florida State smacked Alabama.
Hey, man, it's clear what's going on with this,
They
bro.
hate us, bro.
But listen,
oh, bro.
it doesn't even matter. Because I'm finna cut this off real quick. It don't even matter, though, y'all. I'm finna tell you why it don't matter. I'm finna stop sharing my screen. It don't even matter. Because the reason why none of that matters is we are number 12. BYU does not play. I'll let you back in, bro. BYU does not play a ranked team. So this is how Miami gets in without the ACC. And to be honest, at this point, bro, like I don't even want the ACC because they trying to. This gonna force the committee to stand on what they said, right? Because if Miami gets in via the ACC, that let them off the hook. They don't have to do nothing with the whole Miami Notre Dame thing, honestly. Like they automatic. I don't even want to go that route, bro, because I already see how they try to play this. But we play Pitt. We finna beat a ranked team. If we beat a ranked team in the last week, we jump in BYU. So we gonna go to 11. BYU plays Texas Tech. The only thing that happens where Miami gets left out without the ACC is if BYU beat Texas Tech. Now, if that happens, it's going to be a whole lot of shuffling going on because
Hey, if BYU beat Texas Tech don't need to be in the goddamn playoffs.
Right. If we jump BYU and then BYU beat Texas Tech, throw them niggas out.
Look, bro, this is how I'm looking at it, right? Once we beat them, we're going to go to 11. If they lose, we get in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, in my opinion. If they lose, we get in. But the way this is currently set up, there's going to be a 3-way tie with the SEC, depending on what happens this last week. You know, so all of the conferences got rid of each side.
Right.
So it's nothing but tiebreakers, right? So the Big 12 game is already set between Texas Tech and BYU. So we know that one's set. But in the SEC, Texas A&M, if they lose to Texas this week, that puts them in a situation where they would be 7-1 with 4 teams if everybody won out. So you got Mississippi and Alabama. Georgia's already 7-1. So they last game ain't an SEC game. So if Lane lose the Egg Bowl, then it's going to be between Bama and Georgia. And that means Bama gets the nod to go to the SEC championship game, assuming that Texas loses to A&M. So then it would be Bama playing A&M. Georgia's getting in. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. So that mean if Bama loses to A&M, then they might be out too then, right?
Correct. But if it's a really close game, they might keep them in.
Keep both of them in.
They might keep them. I think they'll be the first 3-loss team to get in if it shake down that way.
Yeah, they talked about that before too, about trying to bring.
They tried to put them in last year as a 3-loss team. What didn't they got 3 losses last year?
I don't know. Nah, I don't think so.
Might have had 3 losses last year.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm finna check. I think they did have 3 losses, bro. And they tried to figure out a way to put them in. Because I know South Carolina had 3. And they beat somebody at the end. And I think it was Bama that they beat towards the end of the year. But we in the same pool. And Shawty that ESPN hired, that was crazy work. I don't even know who she was. If you look at the stats, they played the rougher schedule. Bruh, they best win is at Pitt. We playing Pitt this week, bruh, on the road. That's your best win? And you number 9? I don't care if you've been blowing folks out.
You 103 loss team last year.
Huh?
It said 103 loss team last year.
I know, because Bama didn't get in.
But they talked about it though. There was like it got to be at some point a 3-loss team should be able to get in. But at the same time though, we don't know that lady who was talking. Like they just get random people off the streets and they just bring them in and start talking. I guess because her opinion don't matter. Talking about Miami, the CFP people don't think Miami is good enough to over Notre Dame. Man, we beat them. Booger McFarland had it right.
Yeah, so
that Joey Galloway be hating, bro. He been hating.
They was trying to put Bama in last year with 3 losses. That's what I was saying. They lost to Oklahoma, and they beat Auburn. They was 9-3. They tried to put them boys in there, but they ended up getting left out too because they put both of the ACC participants in, which was Cap. Like no matter what happens in this game, both teams. I'm like, how you gonna put in Clemson if they lose? But
see what happened to him now.
Boy's trash, man. Trash can. Dabo doing all that talking.
Joey Galloway is a primetime hater, man.
Shawty said, look at the resumes. Hey, I appreciate Booger, though. That boy Boog said, I don't need to look at their resumes. They played each other. They both 10-2. They played. I don't need to look at no stats, what you did after the game. No, they played. Everybody still got their main people. You had your main people when they played. Cool. Guess what? They beat
we ain't
y'all.
even got CJ Daniels and them. So that's one key piece that they remember that catch. Hey, but look, man, Joey Galloway, if he had anything to do with it, we wouldn't be getting in. That boy a clown.
That boy Booger. That's the metric. If we splitting hairs, just go back and look at the tape. Facts.
Yep. Booger got it right, man. The other ones hating.
It's all good, man. At least we jumped Utah, and they didn't put Vandy back in front of us. So I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, we gonna get in as long as we win. All we have to do, we win, we in, bro.
Bro, win. It just can't. If it's a nail biter, then I could see them trying to play Miami. I'm not gonna even lie. If BYU,
oh, yeah. That's why we can't have a nail biter. We need to blow them out.
Bro, how much Notre Dame beat them by, bro?
A lot.
I don't
a lot.
But like, why do we need style points though? Like, I just like if we win by half a point, like we beat the team that y'all say is their best win, and we beat them.
Correct.
That shit is crazy to me that Miami needs style points to be equally evaluated. I'm not even talking about jumping, but to be equally evaluated with a team we beat that has the same record as us. What are we talking about? Niggas just say anything.
They hate us, man. Like,
so they Notre
hate us.
Dame beat them 37-15, bro. They beat them 37-15. So we just really got to beat them. If we beat them by 2 scores, I think we good. If it's a tight game, they're going to try to play. But the thing about all of that is, and I could put it up on the screen, everybody finna play everybody for the most part. So if it shake down right, it ain't going to matter anyway. Like if the people that's supposed to win just win, we'll get in. If Texas Tech beat BYU, we're good. If A&M beats Alabama, we're good. You get what? Like, come on, bro. I don't care if they in a dog fight with them boys. There's no way you telling me just because you went to the SEC title game, because it sounds like they gonna be number 10 when they go to the game. Think about this, right? They're going to be number 10 going into that game. You can't tell me that you lose at number 10 and stay at 10, bro. Not happening.
Yeah, like, no, that's crazy.
You got to slide. You got to slide, bro.
Hey, look,
you
man.
Can't be at 10 and lose and not go nowhere. Nah.
Bet UCF beat BYU this weekend.
Please.
That'll make this so
too
simple.
Like,
please, man.
Watch this, man. UCF tired of being written off, man. They already sorry. So they playing spoiler, man. They got a lot to play for.
Hey,
we beat the number.
Cap.
Huh?
No cap. How y'all feel about Auburn beating Bama?
Oh, that's a rivalry game. That always go down to a wire when it be stuff like this. So
hey, Bama on the road too.
Exactly.
I mean,
okay. If they lose, this is the key. If they lose, they do not go to the ACC championship game.
And they dropping.
So that would honestly be the easiest way in if Auburn handled business, because no SEC championship game, and they would have 3 losses. They out.
Yeah.
And if you want to evaluate us head to head with Bama, we smacked Florida State. Them boys got beat by 2 scores. Why are they in front of us?
But why? You know, they don't care about week 1 stuff. As you can see, week 1 stuff don't matter.
Bruh.
According to Joey Harris.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Apparently week 1 didn't happen. That's just an anomaly.
They need to get him up off that show, man.
Bruh, it's so crazy to me. Who Oklahoma? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's
Oklahoma can lose.
Yeah, y'all. It's so much to happen this week, bro. Because these boys, I know last week they handled business, but they don't have a layup this week. LSU could beat them. I mean, bro, it's a lot of pressure on the line, bro. Like it's not like OU is invincible. They defense been playing good, but it's a lot of people that could lose these games.
Look, all the 8-2 teams. I mean, 9-2 teams right now. If we win, if any of them ahead of us lose, ain't no. Even if two of them lose, we automatically in. Ain't no way they can keep us out the playoffs if we handle our business.
Mario, just
But that's
handle.
the key. We gotta win.
Just handle business, Mario.
Bruh, they trying to slide Michigan into the playoffs, bruh.
If they beat Ohio State, right?
Yeah, they trying to slide them boys in. They think they slick. They bumped them boys to 15. They trying to slide them boys in, man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Ain't they, what they got? 3 losses or 2?
Nah, they only got 2 losses, bro. They 9-2. So Indiana playing Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. Oregon. Wait. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oregon playing Washington is listen. I like these games. That Washington quarterback is fire, and I'm hearing that he actually might be a candidate. He might be a portal candidate for QB, somebody that Miami might be looking at. But he he can put up points. So they out the clear as far as with their internal conference play, but y'all remember what happened with us last year? We was number 6, lost to Syracuse, and them boys knocked us out of the playoffs, dog.
Because they hate the University of Miami, bro.
I'm like, we was number 6, and y'all knocked us out. I just need to do somebody else dirty like that, bro. That's it. Keep it fair.
Hey, man, they don't want to see us succeed. I told you why. They don't want us to go back to the old U because we'll start getting our home players back. Ain't nobody gonna want to leave, and we're gonna dominate with the recruiting again.
Hey, this game is it ain't even a touchdown for the spread. Oregon at Washington, because they know Washington 8-3, Oregon 10-1. Hey, if they do what it do, I'm gonna holler at you, Oregon. Y'all boys falling out of the CFP, dog. You lose this week, that's it for you.
Nah, they gonna say something like Oregon was the first to 10 wins over Miami.
Man, nah, we gotta.
They say anything to keep us out, man.
And that's why they should have just won their games, bro. That's why I'm annoyed. I had Miami losing 1 game this year. 1.
I ain't really see no games that we were supposed to lose. Only except for Notre Dame, probably was supposed to be the toughest one we had.
No, I had Miami losing 1 game, and it wasn't the Notre Dame.
I already told y'all the game that they were gonna lose anyway. So
the 3 games that I had circled were Louisville, SMU, and Pitt. And I didn't think, like, it's just like, okay, just we don't know what you're getting from this team. Louisville is going to be a certain way. It was on a Friday. I didn't think we was going to lose, though, because I didn't have Beck throwing 4 picks. But I always had SMU circled because going to Dallas, then they knew what they was doing. It was their homecoming. Them boys gave Rhett Lashley like $80 million extension that weekend. Like, come on, bro. And then Miami did themselves no favors, bro. Between the referees and the penalties that Miami had, like unforced errors. Come on, dog. All of them points we left on the board. And that's what I be talking about with the like Mario, them listening to the media. Like, you listening to these folks tell you that you're conservative and you on the road up 3 and you don't kick a field goal and feel like, what are you doing, bro? You don't take them 3 points and make it to where they need to score a touchdown to win the game. This man gonna not take a field goal inside the 30-yard line. I'm like, bruh, you're playing. You're not at home. And then it ends up biting you. Like, come on, bruh. If they had to score a TD at the end of that game, we could have been way more aggressive. Because now once they got downfield, we knew they was playing for field goal range, bro. We could have been super aggressive on them. But here we go. They need to stop listening to what them folks be saying, bro. So how y'all feeling about Saturday, man?
We got to smack them, man. That's all we got to do.
No, I say how you feeling. I ain't say what we got to do.
I'm feeling we need to smack them. Because, look, man, Mario Cristobal, he fumbled the ball a lot, man. Like, it's so many games where we could have been in good situations, but he made dumb calls. We wouldn't even have to worry about stuff like this. Like a few years ago when he ran the ball against Georgia Tech, hit Mark Fletcher, he fumbled. We lost that game.
Yeah, I was
Just
done.
go in. If we up, we got a chance to win. Do the smart thing. Take the points. Like you said, he didn't take the field goal. Like, why not put the points on the board and then see what the defense gonna do afterwards?
I'ma just leave my comments to myself.
You go leave your comments to yourself. So you think Miami gonna lose this weekend?
I'm not saying we gonna lose, but Pittsburgh ain't no bad team neither.
Nah,
We
Pitt,
going off-
I think that the Pitt game is gonna be tough no matter what. So they playing. So this is why I don't respect Pat Narduzzi though, because that man real deal gave the Notre Dame game away because he knew it didn't have no bearing on nothing for their season for real, right? Like he knew that. But to me, if he was smart,
It
I would
did
have
because
tried my hardest to beat Notre Dame. Because the way it's set up now, if they had beat them and then they turned around and smacked Tech like that, even if they lost to us at the end in like a close game, like they might put you in. You just beat number 9 on the road. I mean, you just beat number 9. You turn around and beat number 15, and then you play what, number 10 or something, or another top 10 team, and you have a close game. They might be like, "Hey, man, nah, Pitt." But no, because you went ahead and got your third loss 2 weeks ago. But the way they played Tech, I was surprised that they were up that big, but I wasn't surprised that they beat Georgia Tech, mainly because Georgia Tech defense been Swiss cheese all year. I just didn't think Pitt was going to be up like, what was it, 28-0? That was crazy. But I was like, nah, they got a chance. But we just gonna be in a dogfight. It was gonna be like this regardless. If Pitt was 4-7, they was gonna try to spoil Miami. You get like it's no different than when we played them in 2017. Think we went up there undefeated and all of that, or so. I think were we undefeated? Yeah, I think we was undefeated when we went to go play them boys, and that game was crazy. Like I think we scored 10 points. Malik was looking terrible. Everybody was looking terrible. Then they put Evan Sheriffs in, and I was like, bro, just put Malik back in, bro.
You say Malik was looking terrible?
He was 6'5", and he was getting all it. Like I think they put him in for a drive or two, and he was getting everything batted down at the line. But I said all that to say, Miami just gotta start fast, bro. We on the road. You can't afford to be in a hole. They getting Desmond Reed back, who's their best overall playmaker. He didn't even play last week. So between him and Turner, Miami gonna have their hands full, especially with runs that stretch into the edge, because Virginia Tech killed us last week in the run game. And I knew they had a good run game, but Heatherman said they did something they hadn't done all season. And I'm like, damn, bro, y'all like y'all ain't had no adjustment for what they was doing. Motherfuckers ran the ball for like 200 plus or something. Let me go check that. I think the boys had like 200 yards.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, damn.
I just hope he don't throw a pick. I hope he don't throw a pick. I hope he don't do fumbles. I just hope Beck is Beck and his eyes is working. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, we can't afford to turn the ball over on the road. Yeah. So if you have more than one turnover, you're probably losing for sure. If you have one turnover, you might survive it, but you might not. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't, that ain't really. He needs to play how he's been playing, and it don't have to be 80% completions, but he needs to take care of the ball, and he just need to make sure that we able to drive the ball consistently. Because let me see, what did it say?
I feel Beck gonna have a good game, like because it seemed like he catching he already caught his groove now, so it's like I don't think he's gonna have a bad game.
Yeah, he's catching his groove because he need to get to the NFL.
Correct.
Exactly. He know what's important now.
his career is literally on the line right now. If he go out there and have a stinker this Saturday, he could just go ahead and get ready to be an undrafted free agent, my boy. Just go ahead and get ready.
We're gonna be practice squad.
But I don't. Even with the SMU game, the pick at the end was
which JoJo was tackled. Should have been.
Yeah, he was. But some people claim, like, I think that was Sinatra that might have tried to say that he felt like that was kind of Malley's fault, the way Beck thought he was going to flatten the route, but instead of flattening it, he went towards the top of the end zone. But I'm like, the top of the end zone was wide open, so I get why he would go up. But either way, the JoJo pick was even crazier because if JoJo catch that ball and keep running, bro, we going to be up 14-0 in their crib and all of that. And then, pick happens. We spot them 7. The next play, they score. That, to me, they weren't going to be built to come down from 14, right? We could have just let Bain and Mezzi and all of them pin their ears back, bro. But we let them off the hook. So Beck made a mistake in that SMU game, but overall, I'm just looking at his overall play. He really ain't played bad since, what was the game right before? Because he was looking like garbage one of them games early on. I don't remember the game. Let me go look at all of them. Okay, yeah, it was Stanford. The Stanford game, he started slow. Well, it wasn't just him. The whole offense started slow.
Yeah.
That was actually crazy. But after the Stanford game, to be honest, overall, his play has been up. He made the mistake against SMU, but and he threw, I think, one ball. What was that, last week? That should have been or could have been intercepted, but he hadn't really been putting it in harm's way that much. He did it once last week. The week before, he threw none. The week before, he threw none. So it's like, all right, bro. But he realized it, bro. Your whole career, everything on the line. Like,
why stay this extra year if you was gonna do the same thing?
Correct. Why? If you go end up being undrafted, so he better tighten up, man. Because a bowl game ain't gonna help him. A bowl game ain't gonna help, bro. You need to get into the CFP, and not only do he need to get in, he cannot be the reason we lose. Like, if they lose, he can't be the reason. He can't have a Louisville game. He can't have a Texas game from last year. He can't have one of those games. He has to play well and just let it fall, where it may. So
if he's not the reason of like any type of loss that could happen, man, at all, man, that's a chip because our defense gonna stand up.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I think that we need in order to make a real run, in my opinion, either one or two things has to happen. We have to start having explosive plays on offense. I ain't gonna even say a lot, but enough of them. Or we need Keontae Scott back. If we don't get Scott back
for the season, ain't
he not necessarily out for the season. I haven't had an update in like a week, but they said there was a possibility he could come back if we made a run, which I assumed that meant playoffs. That if we make the playoffs, it's a possibility he could come back. So we'll see. But Jacoby playing this week, CJ Daniels playing this week. So we should be good on that front. And I thought we played well last week on defense on the back end. It was really the fits. Like the run fits just wasn't good. And I don't
recall really seeing like too many plays be made. Like Torrey snaps need to be cut at this point. When we playing a team where the linebackers need to be flowing sideline to sideline, that is not something he's good at. So they need to play Popo and Pruitt more, or play Popo and Chase Smith. But Torrey be in no man's land out there for real, bro.
My suggestion is stop running in the middle, start running around, so that it don't make it obvious. Because we keep running in the middle, it's like they gonna stop us. Just go around. That's my
No, I'm
suggestion.
talking about on defense. We need to take
okay.
out. Yeah, we need to take out number one on defense. If we're playing a team like Pitt, he don't need to have a lot of snaps. Pitt about to have us running sideline to sideline, chasing Turner and Reed for sure. They are not going to do a lot of runs up the middle. So, but I feel good, man. I feel good. It's right there in front of us, and Miami gonna win, bro.